Welcome back to KPsKINGDOM, Cooking with KP, and today I'm going to show you how to make my mac and cheese burger parcels. These are a little bit different, but they taste amazing and the kids will love it. Alright, first thing we need to do is make some mac and cheese. So here I've got a bit of water in a saucepan, a good amount of salt, okay, and I've got around about it's about 1.5 cups worth of macaroni. If you don't know how to cook macaroni, buy it from the supermarket, turn the packet over and the instructions will be on the back. I'm going to bring that up to the boil. I'm going to let that boil off for around about 3 to 4 minutes. It does not take that long to do. Alright, sometimes the instructions on the packet are not quite correct. We don't want our macaroni falling apart. We want it al dente, which means to the tooth. It's got a touch of firmness there. Alright, that's done. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to let it sit aside for around about 60 seconds or so. And look, let's just get on with our next step. Okay, so we can't have mac and cheese without a cheese sauce. I'm going to add in about 60 grams worth of butter. You can use salted or unsalted. I'll leave that up to you. I just use salted. Just keeps things really nice and simple. Alright, we're going to melt that down. Just like I'm doing there. Might be melting that one a little bit too quick, and I'm going to add in about 2 tablespoons worth of plain flour, maybe just a touch more. I want this to be a very thick sauce. Okay, so what we're basically going to do, we're going to make a roux. So keep stirring that flour through that butter. It's going to absorb the butter, and we want to cook that flour out a little bit. We don't want this to taste floury, we want it to taste nice and buttery. As you can see, it's going into a little bit of a crumble. Don't worry about it, just keep stirring that through. Make sure it's looking something like that. I'm going to start adding in a little bit of cream. Okay, you could use milk if you want a healthier version. Look, you're going to do this once in a while, so why make it healthy? Right, we're going to stir that cream through. That flour and butter is going to absorb that cream quite quickly, as you can see. Alright, and this is how we make a bechamel type sauce. We're making a rich one here. Right, so we're just going to add more cream and keep stirring that through. So just keep working that through until all your cream is basically done. I'm going to add in about a tablespoon's worth of Dijon mustard, and if that roux and sauce is still too thick, add a little bit of milk. A good dash of ground nutmeg. If you've got the fresh one, go for it, but yeah, who can afford it these days? So just buy the ground one and give it a good little shaky shake into that. Alright, as you can see, we've got quite a nice thick sort of sauce happening right here, and if it's getting too thick, as I said, just add a little dash of milk, right? And I mean a dash, right? Not too much at all, just like that, and that'll all get absorbed and will loosen up, and then it will start to thicken up a little bit as we keep working that through. Right, and if you hadn't tried making your own mac and cheese before, it's one of the easiest things in the world. Alright, I've got a whisk out just in case I've got any lumps. I'm going to whisk that through. If there are any lumps, we'll eliminate that with the whisk. As you can see, I'm adding a little bit of milk, just a little bit as I go, to make sure I've got a nice creamy smooth type of sauce. Alright, so just whisk that through just like that, and we're getting ready for the fun part, the bit that I really like. So you can see that sauce is quite nice and loose, not for long. We're going to start adding in some cheese. Use that cheese that you like. If you want cheddar, if you want manchego, if you want Gouda, whatever you like. In all honesty, for something like this, just use a good cheddar or a Mexican blend. That works really great. So as I said, 2 cups of that. Put that in, and that cheese is going to melt quite quickly, and we're going to end up with the most beautiful cheesy sauce. Alright, so just keep working that through just like that, and in the meantime, I've already got my oven starting to warm up. Just getting it warmed up. We're not going to go to full temperature yet, but anyway, we're going to put our macaroni in just like that, and look at that beautiful steamage coming out of that little pan. Just get a wooden spoon or a paddle or something like that. Give all of that a nice little stir, get that sauce all incorporated into all those little macaronis. And I'm using the elbows, of course. If you want to use the little straight ones, go for it. And make sure you stir vigorously enough to get macaroni to fly out of your pan and onto the bench. Otherwise, you are not doing it correctly. Alright, as you can see, we've got a really nice cheesy, it's looking nice and thick. We've got a nice cheese pull on that, right? And all we have to do now, put that aside and let that cool down to room temperature. And it's going to really thicken up that sauce as it does so. Alright, 500 grams of beef mince, just bought from the supermarket. I'm going to put that into a bowl, and we're going to make up just a very, very simple burger type filling. I'm going to add in 1 brown onion, very finely diced. If you want to go to the point where you grate it, you can. It will make it a little bit soggy. I'm going to season this up just with about 3 tablespoons worth of HP sauce. It's going to keep this really simple. It's going to give you that mustardy type flavour, the tomatoey type flavour, and a little touch of that Worcestershire type flavour as well, all in the one little squirt. Right, get all of that mixed up really nice and well. Just work that through, and that HP sauce will give us a sweetness and a saltness as well. No real need to put pepper and salt and everything else into it. This works out nicely. A little bit of baking paper, and all I'm simply going to do now is make my mince into like a little bit of a log, a little bit of a sausage if you like, just along one edge. We don't want to make it too thick or too wide. We just want to make it nice and comfortable, and we're going to make a few of these, so just keep working your way along just like I'm doing right there. And using the baking paper, you can stack these on top of one another while we're getting ready for making our little parcels. Alright, some filo pastry, a little bit of spray oil, or you can use some melted butter if you want to be a traditionalist. Another layer on top. 2 sheets on these, 3 sheets is absolutely perfect. It's going to make these work out really nicely. Alright, we have our beef mince, and I've already measured these out so they won't be too wide, and we're going to put that right in the center. It's going to work out to be sort of like just a bit over 1/3 of the width of the sheet of filo pastry. We're going to add in our little bits of mac and cheese. Right, as you can see, it's quite thick now, which is exactly what we want. That can go straight through the center just like that. Don't go too far, don't go too much, otherwise we'll overload our little parcels. Another layer of our beef burger mince mix on top, just like that. And now we can just start rolling these up. All right, just take your time, roll them up, and once you've got a little bit of coverage, we're going to put a little bit more spray oil down. We're going to fold the edges over just like that. Okay, and now we've encapsulated all of our beef and mac and cheese, a little bit of spray oil on the bits that didn't receive some earlier, and all we have to do now is roll those up once again. There we go, we've got our first one done. Okay, so all we have to do is repeat the process until all of our burger mince is all used up. And if you wanted to add some pickles into that as well, you can. That's a really, really good idea. A little bit of spray oil over the top of our little parcels. It's going to make them go nice and golden brown. Little bit of pink Himalayan rock salt. Why not? We're just going to put a little sprinkle of that over the top. It's going to make these taste really nice. A little bit of freshly ground black pepper, and this is basically more for aesthetics than anything else, but as you bite into them, they will give you a nice flavor. Oven's already up to 180 degrees Celsius. They are going in for about 30 to 35 minutes, and now it's time to serve up. I'm going to cut these ones in half so you can see the inside and what they look like. And there you go, you've got the filo on the outside, then the burger, and then our beautiful mac and cheese on the inside. The kids love these. Love to see you try and make these ones at home. They are fun. They taste amazing. Thank you so much for watching this video. Really do appreciate it. If you like this video, hit that like button. Gives me confidence. Should make you feel warm and fuzzy too. Hit that notification bell. You'll be notified every time a new video goes up. And share this video with all your friends on all platforms and social media. We are trying to get the name of KP's Kingdom out there. Leave a comment. Love reading. Love responding to them. In the meantime, if you want to learn how to make something a little bit off the wall just like this one, well, you need to come and join the family, my family. Hit a subscribe button and you'll never miss another one of my videos again. I'm off to eat my mac and cheese burger parcels, and I will catch you next time. If you want the ingredients, they're right at the end of the video.